Coming up on OU Nightly, closed due to mold. We have an update on what the city of Norman may do next about the Norman Central Library. Plus, helping hands for a second chance, how the community is stepping up for this animal sanctuary. And the first witness in former President Donald Trump's hush money trial takes the stand. We have the latest. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Victoria Anderson.
And I'm Spencer Plato. We begin with breaking news. Oklahoma City police say 5 people are found dead in a metro home. Oklahoma City police say the five people, including 2 children, were found dead. Police responded to the scene near Southwest 29th Street and Check Hall Road around 9:30 this morning. Detectives say they have launched a homicide investigation. Police tell OU Nightly that they've gotten a search warrant for the house. The names and causes of death have not been released.
And here in Norman, the city now looking into hiring representation to take on the mold issue in Norman's $39 million library. OU Nightly's Bailey Coyle has more. Bailey.
Specifically, the city may hire a firm who has attorneys that specialize in construction law. An additional expense on top of the hundreds and thousands of dollars spent trying to remove the mold. But still, the Norman Public Library, the central location, which stands behind me, remains closed.
Little red flags were popping up.
Destiny Howard started going to the library in 2020, right after it opened.
Immediately, I started noticing the run lines from all of their windows.
In November, the city of Norman announced the library was closed till April because of mold. 5 months came and went, and on April 12th, the city said that the $39 million building would close indefinitely after finding more mold.
It's also shocking because we put so much money into making that library that it only lasted barely 5 years.
The city said in a press release it spent $900,000 to help get rid of the mold. Other Norman residents are upset at the loss of a public space.
It was a really nice public space, and now we can't use it.
Overall, the community is saddened by the closure.
Those are the only words I have. It's just so sad.
I reached out to the city of Norman today and was told that they are not taking media interviews at this time. The city council meeting will be tomorrow night at 6:30, and all residents are welcome to come. Reporting live in Norman, Bailey Coyle, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Bailey. It has turned out to be a gorgeous day outside. It's a bit breezy, though.
I don't mind the breeze after how cold it was this weekend. I'm just excited for those warm temperatures to be back. So let's head right over to OU Nightly meteorologist Carla McCrary to see how long these warm temps will last.
Well, I'm just as excited as you guys are for the warmer temperatures. Like you said, after a cooler weekend, we are getting a little bit of a warm up. Current temperatures across the metro barely reaching 70 degrees and extending out into the rest of the state. You can see as well, we're quite a bit warmer in the Panhandle, but once again, we are barely reaching 70 degrees in central Oklahoma. We are going to have a warm couple of days, so be sure to keep that in mind as we do have a high UV index forecast for tomorrow. And happy Earth Day. We're going to have a beautiful day tomorrow and late week rain and storms, ladies.
Thanks, Carlin. With the help of social media, one more business is hoping to help a local nonprofit keep its doors open. OU Nightly's Morgan Martin joins us at Second Chance Animal Rescue with the latest.
Now, a lot is still up in the air for the Second Chance Animal Sanctuary, but the power of social media and importance of community really shining through this weekend.
Unless we're military or first responder, teacher.
The owner of Crimson Melt Sandwich Shop had been trying to get in contact with the shelter to participate in their 1-year anniversary event this June.
We were just really trying to get a hold of them, and we finally did.
With the help of social media, they confirmed the rescue is temporarily closed.
We found out that there was risk of mold in we had water damage in some of the walls, And so we immediately started the process of getting quotes.
And now the More business is looking to help with an event.
So now we're trying to work to get them a fundraiser to help them, because a lot of people think that they're just permanently shut down, which they're not.
Second Chance says the events have not been approved by the board just yet.
We also talked with Crimson Melt about doing a profit share of some kind, and hopefully raising some funds in the meantime, because obviously this kind of repair is very costly. So we want to be able to operate at our full capacity as soon as possible.
Coing also told me today that those animals were relocated to shelters across the metro while they continue to navigate their next steps. At the Second Chance Animal Sanctuary, Morgan Martin, OU Nightly.
Thanks, Morgan. Opening statements begin in former President Trump's historic hush money trial. The prosecution statements took about 46 minutes. Prosecutor Matthew Colangelo told jurors about a, quote, criminal conspiracy and a cover-up.
This is going to be the first time maybe in his life that he cannot control the narrative, and he also can't sue the prosecutor for anything negative that they say about him, because the opening statement is protected speech.
Trump's defense attorney opened his statement with a simple line saying, quote, Donald Trump is innocent. The first witness took the stand as well. Tabloid publisher David Pecker testified for 30 minutes before the trial adjourned. Pecker is expected to continue tomorrow.
Now turning to some other national headlines, we're following one Ivy League school cancels in-person classes amid protests on campus. OU Nightly's Darby McCormick is following this from the News Center.
Columbia University is learning virtually today as a response to escalating protests on and around campus over the Israel-Hamas war. Since last week, more than 100 arrests have been made on campus for trespassing. Similar demonstrations are expanding to other schools like MIT, Yale, and Boston's Emerson College. The House has passed a $95 billion package providing foreign aid to Israel, Ukraine, and the Indo-Pacific region. The bill will provide $61 billion for Ukraine, more than $26 billion for Israel, and more than $8 billion for Indo-Pacific security. The legislation will be combined into one amendment before being sent to the Senate, where lawmakers will vote on it Tuesday. This same key package also has a potential ban on TikTok. If passed, the bill will give the Chinese parent company ByteDance 9 months to sell the company, or it will be banned from U.S. app stores. If the Senate votes on the legislation, it heads to Biden's desk, who may quickly sign any foreign aid package targeting TikTok, beginning the 270-day clock for TikTok to buy a new owner. Today's Supreme Court declines to consider a lawsuit from Republican Senate Carrie Lake that challenges the use of electronic voting in Arizona. Victoria, Spencer.
Thanks, Darby. Coming up on OU Nightly, with rising federal student aid issues, application numbers are lower than ever.
How you can still apply next.
And the housing market is on the rise again.
We have how it is impacting future homeowners, all when we return. Federal student aid applications are at a record-breaking low. OU Nightly's Taryn Ward has this story in Money Matters.
According to the National College Attainment Network, 37% of high school seniors submitted their FAFSA application, but this time last year, that number was 50%. Data shows the decline in minority applicants and students at lower income schools. Students must submit an application to be eligible for grants and loans, as well as financial aid offered by states and schools. The application to apply is still open, but the new application has faced delays, technical glitches, and administrative mistakes. And Tesla's slashing prices on their electrical vehicles. The Tesla Model Y, Model X, and Model S are now being sold for $2,000 less. This comes after the company reports a slump in sales due to production issues earlier this month. And home sales continue to fall while prices are spiking. The National Association of Realtors reports home sales fell to just over $4 million last month. The median price of an existing home rose to $393,500. This is the highest March price on record. And clothing retailer Express is filing for bankruptcy and closing over 100 locations. This comes as Red Lobster also looks at filing Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Victoria, Spencer.
Thanks, Taryn. After the break, an Earth Day celebration all week long kicks off today.
Hear how one program on OU's campus celebrates all things green next.
And a beautiful day tomorrow, but we've got rain and storm chances on the way into the rest of the week. I'll have your forecast and more. Keep it here. Welcome back to OU Nightly. I hope you're enjoying the beautiful day that we are having today on this beautiful Earth Day. And on the Weather Center cam, Oklahoma's campus sure is showing just how beautiful Earth is with greenery everywhere, 69 degrees outside, a low humidity. So the way to describe today, very comfortable. And across the state, most people are feeling that same exact way in the 70s, low humidity, low dew point, a great time to be outside. Our temperatures have increased just a little bit, 9 degrees warmer here in Norman, but in the Panhandle, quite a bit warmer than what we did see yesterday. We are a little bit windy right now with wind gusts of up to 24 miles per hour in our area. Down in Elk City, 30 miles per hour, and those are going to continue to ramp up over the next few days. Future wind gusts for you, you can see in this afternoon, we are going to keep those wind gusts around that are quite a little bit higher, and then overnight tonight, they are going to increase into reaching just about maybe 30 miles per hour. So what we're watching also is a cold front that is going to make its way through. You can see it on the wind gust map, see how the wind starts to shift directions, and we are going to have a little bit more wind gusts in front of that, and then behind it we are going to start to slow down those wind gusts just a little bit more. So be sure to keep in mind we are going to have a windy next day or so, especially into overnight. So if you are planning to be by the pool, it is going to be very warm tomorrow, 80 degrees, and you will have that breeze. So if you're more of a fan of being outside when it's comfortable, that will be something great for you to do, is be by the pool tomorrow. Because we are going to start to see some rain over the next few days, Wednesday into Friday, we're going to start to see those rain chances begin to ramp up into this weekend. So that's something that we are tracking. So looking at future clouds and precipitation, you can see that cold front move through, which will not change our temperatures too much into this weekend. But behind that cold front is where we are going to start to see those storms and showers begin to move into our area by Thursday. So that is something that we are watching, and it's also something that the Storm Prediction Center is watching, because we do have a 15% probability of seeing severe weather into the eastern part of the state on Thursday, into the central and western part of the state on Friday, and then continuing on into Saturday, majority of the state is going to have that severe weather probability. So be sure to be outside and enjoy the weather today and tomorrow, because we are going to start to see that rain chance into this weekend, but the temperatures are going to start to warm up into next week into the 80s. So tomorrow, ladies, I'm going to be sure to be tanning. That's kind of what I like to do if there is a beautiful day outside, especially here in Norman. I'm used to cold temperatures in Kentucky, so I'm like, I take all the warm that I can get.
Yeah, I'm here with you. I agree. I will be out there. I constantly check the weather app just to see what the UV is looking like.
I just need a pool to open up. I need to lay out. I need summer to start right now.
I'm tired of tanning in my front yard. I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore.
Well, thank you, Garland. Today, students across campus are kicking off Green Week by spreading the word on how you can help Mother Earth. Students passionate about the planet have been organizing events for this week since August. The holiday kicking off with today's Earth Day Fair, all in hopes of sparking a conversation about conservation.
What I'm looking forward to the most is just seeing people enjoy our events and seeing people start thinking about the Earth more, thinking about sustainability, being conscious of this environment, and that's what we love to see.
You can find this week's full schedule of green activities on Instagram at OU_GreenWeek.
Well, the Oklahoma City Thunder hosted Game 1 of the first round of the NBA playoffs last night.
And here in Norman, the Oklahoma softball team had their series against the Houston Cougars. OU Nightly's Emma McAndrews has more.
Oklahoma football returned to Owen Field on Saturday for this year's spring game. That featured explosive plays and standout players. Find out which new faces made their debut in the Crimson and Cream. I'll have the details next in sports. Hello, I'm Emma McAndrews, and it's time for sports. The Thunder rolled into the playoffs Sunday, and OU Nightly's Pierce Leffelholtz traveled to the Paycom Center for the thriller.
5 years ago to the day of Game 1 was the last time the Oklahoma City Thunder hosted a playoff game. Thunder fans and Loud City did not forget, though, as Thunder players and coaches noticed the atmosphere.
really from the jump. That was a true home court advantage. Even, down the stretch of the game, obviously it was a rock fight in both directions. Just the level of support that we feel from our fans, that's been consistent all throughout, though. I mean, it's incredible.
Even when I wasn't here and I played here, the arena was always electric, always had so much energy. And they were perfect, and they were themselves tonight.
We have great fans, best in the NBA. So that was fun. Yeah, that was a wild environment.
It was wild.
And I don't have anything to gauge it off of. I went to Santa Clara, so there's a lot of empty games. So
he's not the only one without much experience. 7 of the 11 Thunder players who played in Game 1 are in their first playoff series ever. The Thunder looks to extend their lead in Game 2 here on Wednesday night. Reporting from the Paycom Center, Pierce Levelholtz, OU Nightly.
Sooner Nation got a glimpse at Team 130 Saturday, and good news, the Sooners won. OU Nightly's Britton Ross has the details on the 2024 spring game.
The Oklahoma spring game featured the offense in red versus the defense in white, but it was Purdue transfer Deion Burks who made his presence known to Sooner Nation with 2 long touchdown receptions from sophomore quarterback Jackson Arnold. Burks totaled 5 receptions for 174 yards and 2 TDs, and after the game, he had some high praise for the young Sooners QB.
Man, it's been nothing but great, man. He's very mature and beyond his age, honestly. Like, he's just ready to go watch film. He may make a mistake, and he's not hard on it. If I make a mistake, he's not hard on me. He's nothing personal, man, but he's a leader in the ring, and it's just a great thing to see.
It's a new era with Oklahoma entering the SEC. Now going into year 3 under head coach Brent Venables, linebacker Danny Stutzman knows it's time for the defense to step up.
And that's what you want to see year 3 now. So I think we have all the pieces that we need. I think we kind of really got our squad. Excited to get Billy, back out there and just see what we can do. I mean, we're miles ahead of where we were.
I feel great about where we're at, doing the little things better than what we were doing a year ago. And but there's no doubt that top to bottom, particularly at defensive end, at linebacker, safety, and at corner, we've got more guys that can play at a really, really high level. And again, we have great leadership in all those groups as well.
The red team won the game 65-58 with this Chapman McCown's 16-yard touchdown run. The Sooners will be back in action Friday, August 30th against Temple. Reporting from Owen Field, Britton Ross, OU Nightly.
From passes to pitches, OU softball brought out the brooms. Senior Alyssa Brito went 4 for 10 and drove in 2 runs and scored a run in the series. Sooner softball registered their 6th series sweep at Loves Field against Houston Sunday, 5-0. OU baseball also packed their brooms for their road trip to Utah, sweeping BYU Saturday 10-7, taking the series. Senior Bryce Madron was named Big 12 Co-Player of the Week after back-to-back home runs and 7 RBIs, the most RBIs by a Sooner since 2010. OU men's gymnastics took home the bronze in the finals of the NCAA championships on Saturday. Redshirt sophomore Fuzzy Benes also took home 3rd in the all-around individually. Spencer, Victoria.
Thanks, Emma. Coming up on OU Nightly, one Thunder fan left the game last night celebrating more than just a Thunder win.
Hear how this fan won big next.
I'm Bryn Mead. The 2 children found dead this morning inside an Oklahoma City home were students at Mustang Public Schools. The school sent a message to parents saying one of the children was a 6th grader at Meadowbrook Intermediate. The other child was a 9th grader at Mustang High School. The letter to parents also says another person was found dead and a recent graduate of MHS. The school says counselors are available to students and children who are struggling with the news. Spencer, Victoria.
Thanks, Bryn. $20,000 now in the pocket of one lucky Thunder fan. Check out this video. With less than 6 seconds on the clock, Jalen O'Connor scoring from the half court.
Jalen is the 21st winner of the Mid-First Bank's half-court shot contest, and he says he's hoping to use the money to start a business.
And if you're looking to celebrate Earth Day today, you can walk outside. The flowers are beautiful on the South Oval.
Yeah, let's head over to Carlin McCreary, OU Nightly meteorologist, to see what we could expect for the rest of our forecast this week.
Yeah, especially tomorrow. Be sure to get outside and enjoy the beautiful flowers across campus because temperatures are going to reach the 80s. It'll be a great time to be outside and enjoy with plentiful sunshine as well. As for the 7-day, once again, you can see into the rest of this week, we're going to start to see the rain chances. So be sure to be outside for the rest of the day and tomorrow if you have any evening plans or any plans tomorrow as you're walking to class. Then once again, we are going to see all those storms make its way into our area, ladies.
Thanks, Carlin, and thank you for watching OU Nightly. I'm Victoria Anderson.
And I'm Spencer Plato. Be sure to watch OU Nightly live weekdays at 4:30. Good night.